Hi everyone, how are you? Hope all are doing fine. Okay, so this is Karthik and welcome to our beautiful channel Master. We are doing the journey with the most beautiful subject ENTL. Yes or no? Okay, so we have started the lectures on Smith chart and we have completed lecture 1 and lecture 2 on Smith chart. Today we are going to start lecture 3 on Smith chart. Okay, so today we are going to start lecture 3 on Smith chart. Okay, see, our main goal or our main aim. See, in the first lecture we have told that our main aim or goal is to map all the possible values of load impedances onto gamma plane. Okay, so we know that this is ZL bar. We have written this is ZL bar is equal to R plus JX, and the range of R is from 0 to infinity and the range of X is from minus infinity to plus infinity. So we have successfully mapped all these possible values of resistances onto the gamma plane, and also we have successfully mapped all these possible values of reactances onto the gamma plane. Okay, next what we are going to do is we are going to superimpose these two. That means we are going to superimpose all the possible values of resistances and all the possible values of reactances. That is going to give you all the possible values of load impedances. Understood? Okay, fine. So we have done the mapping from where to where here? From the impedance plane onto gamma plane. Okay, so now if I draw the impedance plane here, so this is R. So this represents what? Resistances. On this axis it represents resistances, and on this axis it represents what? It represents reactances. Understood? Okay, so now we have seen that all the passive loads will be present to the right of this imaginary axis, including this imaginary axis. Yes or no? Okay, so now if I consider this imaginary axis here, so on this axis, what is the value of R here? On this axis, what is the value of R? See, this point is nothing but what? 0, 0 or not? This point is 0, 0. So that means R value is 0 at this location. So as I move along this line, it represents purely reactive. That means resistance value is equal to 0. So I can say this line, this imaginary axis, represents what? Represents R is equal to 0. Okay. So similarly, suppose if I consider a point 1 by 2, 0, and if I draw a line that is passing through 1 by 2, 0 and parallel to imaginary axis. So on this line, what is the value of the resistance here? R value is 1 by 2. Yes or no? R value is 1 by 2 at this point. So as I move parallel to this imaginary axis up and down, the value of R is going to be 1 by 2. So I can say this line represents R is equal to 1 by 2 line. Okay, so in that manner I can draw R is equal to 1 line, so this point will represent 1, 0. Okay, and also I can draw R is equal to 2 line, and so on. So this represents R is equal to 2 line, okay. So this represents R is equal to 0, this represents R equal to 1 by 2, R equal to 1, R equal to 2, and so on, up to what? Up to infinity. So let us say this line represents R is equal to infinity, and this point is nothing but what? Infinity, 0. Understood? Okay. So these are the constant resistances on the impedance plane. This plane is nothing but what here? Impedance plane. Okay. Now if we try to represent all the possible values of reactances on the impedance plane, how we can represent all these possible values of reactances onto the gamma plane? See here, if I consider this line here, see, we have to consider only to the right of what? Imaginary axis, including imaginary axis. Okay, so if I consider this line here, on this line, what is X value here? on this resistance line, this represents what? Resistance, purely resistance. So that means reactance value is equal to 0 on this line. So I can say this line represents what? X is equal to 0. This line represents X is equal to 0 line. Yes or no? Okay. So similarly, if I consider a point here, if I consider a point 1 by 2 comma 0, and if I draw a line, like this, then it represents what here? On this line, the this point is 0 comma 1 by 2. Sorry, this point is 0 comma 1 by 2. If I draw a line, like this, then what is the reactance value at this location? 1 by 2. As I move parallel to real axis, the reactance value is not going to change. Yes or no? It is going to be 1 by 2 only. So this line represents X is equal to 1 by 2. And similarly, I can draw for X is equal to 1, and I can draw for X is equal to 2, and so on, up to what? Up to X is equal to infinity. Up to X is equal to infinity. Similarly, I can draw for what? I can draw for negative values of reactances. So how I will get here? Just draw the mirror images of these lines here. So you are going to get this represents X is equal to minus 1 by 2, and this represents X is equal to minus 1, and this represents X is equal to minus 2, and so on, and this represents, let us say, X is equal to 8. Okay, so these vertical lines represents what here? Constant resistances, and this horizontal lines represents what here? Reactances. Above this R axis, you will get positive reactances. Below this R axis, we are going to get negative reactances. So this is the representation of resistances and reactances in the impedance plane. Okay. Yes or no? Okay. So then we have mapped these resistances and reactances onto the gamma plane. We got what? We got constant resistance circles and constant reactance circles. Okay. So now we are going to superimpose. Those constant resistance circles and constant reactance circles. So this is U axis, and this is Z axis, and this is gamma plane. Okay, so whenever we try to map all the possible values of resistances and reactances onto the gamma plane, we got what? We got constant resistance circles and constant reactance circles. That means the straight lines on this impedance plane are transformed into what? Are transformed into circles on the gamma plane. Yes or no? So these vertical lines, we got constant resistance circles on the gamma plane, and this horizontal lines, for these horizontal lines, we got constant reactance circles on the gamma plane. Okay, so now we are going to draw all these resistance circles, constant resistance circles and constant reactance circles onto the gamma plane. Okay, so now we try to superimpose all these constant resistance circles and constant reactance circles on the gamma plane. So we have mapped all the constant resistances and constant reactances onto the gamma plane. Then we got these constant resistance circles and constant reactance circles. So we have superimposed this constant resistance and constant reactance circles. Okay, so I have represented constant resistance circles with black color, and I have represented constant reactance circles with blue color. Now if you observe, I have represented only a portion of reactance circles. I have not represented the complete reactance circle. Why means, if you observe within this unit circle here, we got all the possible values of resistances, that is from R equal to 0 to R equal to infinity. All are present within this unit circle, and also we got all the possible values of reactances within this unit circle. See here X is equal to 0. So from X is equal to 0 to X is equal to plus infinity, and from X equal to 0 to X is equal to minus infinity. So we have represented all the values. Of reactances and resistances within the unit circle. So we got all the possible values of resistances and reactances within the unit circle, and hence it is not needed to represent the portion of the circle, the portion of the reactance circle that is present outside this unit circle. We don't need that. Okay, because within this unit circle we got all the possible values of resistances and reactances, and hence there is no need for us to represent the remaining portion of the reactance circles that is present outside this unit circle. Understood? Okay. See, I have represented only few resistance circles and reactance circles here. Understood? So just I have given some brief idea how this Smith chart will look like. That's it. Okay. I know that my diagrams will be very worst. Okay, but please adjust because I am not good at drawing the diagrams. So please adjust with these diagrams. Understood? Okay. So this is R equal to 0, and let us say this is R is equal to 0.25 and R is equal to 0.5, and let's say this is R equal to 1, this is R equal to 2, and you will get R equal to 3, R equal to 4, R equal to 5, and so on up to R equal to infinity. So R equal to infinity is nothing but 1, 0 point. Okay, point circle. Okay, R equal to infinity represents point circle, that is at 1, 0. Next, this is x is equal to 0. So this is x is equal to 0. Let us say this is x is equal to 0.25, and this is x is equal to 0.5, let us say, and let us say this is x is equal to 0.75, and this is x is equal to 1, and this is x is equal to 2, and you will get x equal to 3 circle like this, 4, 5, 6, and so on up to x equal to plus infinity. Now if you draw the mirror images of these reactance circles, you will get all the negative reactance circles below this u axis. So let us consider this reactance circle is x is equal to minus 0.25, and this reactance circle is x is equal to minus 0.5, and this reactance circle value is minus 0.75, and this reactance circle is minus 1, and this reactance circle, let us say this is minus 2. Then you will get x equal to minus 3 circle, x equal to minus 4 circle, and so on, and it will go up to what? X equal to minus infinity. So at this location here, at this location, x value can be what? Plus infinity, or it can be minus infinity. So it takes both positive and negative values, that is x is equal to plus or minus infinity. Okay, now we will see how to locate the given load impedance, on this Smith chart, Okay, so see here, let us consider they have given, let us assume they have given ZL value as 50 plus J50. They have given ZL value as 50 plus J50, and characteristic impedance of the transmission line, let us say they have given as 50. Okay, so this is 50 plus J50 ohms, and characteristic impedance is 50 ohms. Now they asked to determine, suppose they asked to locate the load impedance on the Smith chart. Understood? We know that on the Smith chart, the load impedance is nothing but what? Normalized load impedance. Yes or no? We are going to deal with only normalized impedances on the Smith chart. Yes or no? So they have given ZL and they have given Z0. So you have to determine what? Normalized load impedance. So what is normalized load impedance here? ZL bar is equal to what? ZL by Z0. So that is equal to 50 plus J50 divided by 50. You will get what? 1 plus J1. So therefore ZL bar is equal to what? 1 plus J1. So now here the real part of ZL bar represents what? Normalized resistance value, and the imaginary part of ZL bar represents what? Normalized reactance value. Yes or no? So now we have to locate this normalized load impedance value on the Smith chart. Okay. So here R value is equal to what here? R value is equal to 1 and X value is equal to 1. So you have to locate the point, you have to locate the intersection point here. You have to locate the intersection point of R equal to 1 circle and X is equal to 1 circle. So that point will represent the normalized load impedance. Yes or no? Okay. So okay. Now on this Smith chart, see the intersection point of R equal to 1 circle and X equal to 1 circle. Now if you observe this here, if you observe this represents what? This represents R is equal to 1 circle. This represents R equal to 1 circle. Okay, and here you are having X is equal to 1 circle. Here you are having X is equal to 1 circle. Okay, now where these two are intersecting here, this is R equal to 1 circle and this is X is equal to 1 circle. So this point So this point represents the intersection of r is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1. So that means this point represents what? This point represents the normalized load impedance whose value is 1 plus j1. Understood? So in this manner, we can represent any value of the load impedance, as the intersection of what? As the intersection of constant resistance circle and constant reactance circle. Understood? So this is the procedure to locate any impedance value on this Smith chart. Understood? Okay. So keep this point in mind. Next, we will see some important locations. on this Smith chart. Okay. So that is this origin point. Now we will see what this origin point will represent, and this extreme point 1, 0. This point I am representing with A, and here this point I am representing with B, and here this point I am representing with C, and this 0, -1 point I am representing with D. This is 0, -1. Okay, now we will see what these locations or what these points will represent. Okay, now first let us consider at origin. Okay, so at point O of 0, 0, that means at origin. At origin, what is the load impedance value here? What is the load impedance? You are going to see, tell me. See, load impedance, how to represent load impedance? It is the intersection of what? It is the intersection of resistance circle and reactance circle. Understood? Okay. So at this point origin, what is the resistance circle that is passing through 0, 0 here? What is the resistance circle that is passing through 0, 0? That is nothing but what? R is equal to 1 circle or not? Yes or no? So exactly at origin, the resistance circle, what is the resistance circle that is passing through this origin? Is nothing but R equal to 1 circle. So that means at origin, R value is 1. So this is nothing but R value. Next, we have to check what is the reactance value that is passing through this origin. Okay, now if you observe through this origin, what is the reactance circle that is passing through this one here? This line or not? So this line represents what? This line represents x is equal to 0 circle. Yes or no? So through this origin, what is the reactance circle that is passing through this origin? Is nothing but x is equal to 0. So that means here x value is equal to 0. Okay, so that means at origin point, the load impedance C is equal to what? Is equal to 1. Okay, so that means what here? ZL bar is equal to 1 means what? ZL bar means ZL by Z0. ZL by Z0 is equal to 1. So this means ZL is equal to what? ZL is equal to Z0. So that means at this origin point here, the load impedance C, the normalized load impedance C is equal to 1. That means at this location, ZL is equal to what? ZL is equal to Z0. That means this point will represent what here? This point will represent matched load. ZL equal to Z0 means we call that as what? Matched load. Yes or no? Okay. So this point O represents what here? Represents matched load. Okay. So this is first point. Okay. So now we will see second point here. Okay. So let us consider this point here. This point A of 1, 0. At this point, the resistance value is infinity and reactance value is also equal to what? Plus or minus infinity. That means the load impedance seen at this location will be infinite. So if the load impedance is infinite, it represents what? It represents open circuit. Yes or no? Okay. So this point 1, 0. So at point A of 1, 0 represents what? Represents open circuited load. It represents what? Open circuit load. Okay. Okay. Next, third point. Now let us consider this point B. So at this point B, what is the resistance value here? Resistance value is equal to 0 and X value is also equal to what? X value is also equal to 0. So at this point, R equal to 0 circle is passing and X is equal to 0 is passing. Okay, so that means at this point R value is equal to 0 and X is also equal to what? 0. Okay, so that means what is the load impedance at this point here? What is the load impedance at this point? Load impedance value is equal to what? R equal to 0, X is equal to 0 means ZL bar is equal to what? 0. Understood? So impedance is equal to 0 means it represents what? Short circuit point. Okay, so at point B of minus 1 comma 0 represents what? Represents short circuit load. Short circuit load. Okay, next. Next, let us consider fourth point. So let us say this point C. See, at this point, what is the load impedance value here? What is the load impedance? See, through this point C, what is the resistance circle that is passing through? That is nothing but R equal to 0. R equal to 0 circle is passing through this point C. And this X is equal to 1. X is equal to 1 is also passing through this point C. Yes or no? So that means at this point, resistance value is 0 and reactance value is equal to what? Is equal to 1. R equal to 0 circle and X is equal to 1 circle is passing through this point 0 comma 1. And hence at point C, ZL bar is equal to what? ZL bar is equal to 0 plus J1. Yes or no? Okay. So at point C here, so here I am writing. So at point C of 0 comma 1. So at this location, what is the load impedance here? Load impedance is equal to what are the circles that are passing through this point C? Is R equal to 0 and X is equal to 1. So R equal to 0 and X is equal to 1. Yes or no? So that means it represents what? It gives ZL bar is equal to what? ZL bar is equal to J1. ZL bar is equal to J1. Okay. Okay. So that means it represents okay, so I can say it represents pure reactive load, purely reactive. Now the load impedance is purely reactive. So it represents pure reactive load whose reactance value X is equal to what? Is equal to plus 1. Whose reactance value is equal to what? Plus 1. So since reactance value is positive, it represents what? It represents inductive load. Okay, so at point C of 0 comma 1, the load impedance is 0 plus J1. That means it represents purely reactive load whose reactance value is equal to what? Is equal to plus 1. Since it is positive, it represents what? Inductive load. Okay, so similarly, we can represent this point D. So at point D of 0 comma minus 1. So at this point, what is the load impedance you are going to see? See, through this point D, what is the resistance circle that is passing through? Is nothing but R equal to 0 circle. Yes or no? R equal to 0 circle is passing through this point D. And X is equal to minus 1 is passing through this point D. Yes or no? So ZL bar is equal to what? R value is 0 and X value is what? Minus 1. So this is the load impedance. See, at which point here? At point 0 comma minus 1. So therefore ZL bar is equal to what? Minus J1. Okay, so that means it represents what here? This point D represents what? It represents purely reactive load. It represents what? Purely reactive load whose reactance value X is equal to what? X is equal to minus 1. Since the reactance is negative, it represents what? It represents capacitive load. Okay, so these are some of the important locations on the Smith chart. So this you have to law. Okay, this you have to know. These important locations you have to know on the Smith chart. So this point represents what here? This point represents the matched load. That means at this location ZL bar is equal to 1 and ZL equal to what? Z0. Okay, and at this point R equal to infinity and X is also equal to what? Plus or minus infinity, and hence load impedance will become infinite, and hence it represents what? Open circuit load. Understood? And similarly at this point R equal to 0 and X is equal to 0. Yes or no? And hence it represents what? It represents short circuit point. And at this point, what are the circles that are passing through? R equal to 0 and X equal to 1. Okay, and hence the normalized load impedance ZL bar is equal to what? ZL bar is equal to Z1. That means it represents purely reactive, whose reactance value is equal to what? 1 plus 1. Since it is plus 1, it represents what? Inductive load. Similarly, at this point, R equal to 0 circle is passing and X equal to minus 1 circle is passing. And hence, the normalized load impedance will become what here? Minus Z1. Minus Z1. That means it also represents what? Purely reactive load, whose reactance value is equal to what? Minus 1. Since the reactance is negative, it represents what? Capacitive load. Understood? So these are the important points or locations on the Smith chart. Understood?